Good morning. It is a beautiful Friday morning in Mesquite, Nevada, and we are here on April 23rd. It is Mesquite today, and I am your host, Terry Narens. What's going on this weekend, guys? Well, this morning, I'm sure there's a few of you out there going for the Heart Walk. That is starting at the rec center, and registration starts right about now. So if you're seeing this right now and you really want to join that Heart Walk, what are you watching for? Get out of here. Go. It's down there, 8 o'clock at the rec center, West Field. They are signing you up, and then from there you get to walk with the group of people down to Mesa View Hospital. Mesa View usually has some kind of snacks and good information for you, heart healthy stuff. And then Silver Rider offers you free bus rides right back to your car. So it is a 5K walk. They have it mapped out. They have our fine Mesquite Fire and Rescue personnel, some of our CERT members out there in specific stations along the way in case you need water or medical help or a rest, whatever it is that you need. They're there to provide that for you as well. So this is a huge event for Mesquite. It happens every year. The kind of joint effort combined between the Mesquite Athletics and Leisure Services Department and Mesa View Regional Hospital. So each year they think it is a really good idea to get together exercise and heart healthy information, which obviously it is. It works. A lot of people go out there. A lot of people get involved with it. It is a wonderful event. One year they actually had our semi-pro basketball players out there with the kids, and it was really a good time. So if you want to get your exercise, join a group of people, have some fun. That is happening now, guys, out at the rec center. What else? We have the social art group. If you're not a walker and you just want the company of others, you've got the social art group. They are meeting at the Mesquite Fine Arts Center, and that is in their classroom behind the art gallery. They have a group of women who meet every Friday. Everybody and anybody is welcome to join the group. It's not a regulated class. You basically bring your own art project, whatever you're working on. It doesn't have to necessarily be an art project. It could be sewing, crocheting, is art. I understand that that's art as well, but sewing, crocheting, knitting, whatever, you can bring down there and just work on it amongst friends. It's a fun time. The ladies are absolutely phenomenal. They're great people to be around, and I believe a lot of them do lunch afterwards. So it is a good social time, and if you want to meet some fantastic ladies, run on down to the gallery. Even if you want to just sit there and talk, maybe get some ideas on some art projects that they're working on. They're happy to share their ideas with you all the time. It's a wonderful, wonderful group. So then we have the story time today from 10 to 11 a.m. That's at the Mesquite Library, and it's for 0 to 5 years old. So it is the preschool story time. Lots of puppets, costumes, masks, stuff to do at the library. It's incredible. It's amazing. They have great storytellers. And I know my granddaughters used to enjoy that when they were real little. So maybe yours will too. We have the DIY, which is do-it-yourself craft for adults. That's also at the library today from 11:30 to 1. The DIY project is pretty regulated, something that's easy, probably all age levels, skill levels. Don't have to be an artist. They will walk and talk you through it. they got a group of people. You've got a lot of support, a lot of help. And if you like to do crafts or learn new crafts, that's a great place to be for an hour and a half from 11:30 to 1. Today is the last day. No, tomorrow. Today and tomorrow, your last day for the Mesquite Arts Gallery. I believe they're going to be packing up at 4 o'clock tomorrow. The Everything Under the Sun Boutique. And this is a phenomenal amount of items made by local artists, all unique, all handcrafted, all one of a kind. If you have anybody on your shopping list, birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, anybody or any other holiday, anybody on your list who's really hard to buy for, this is your perfect opportunity to not have to wait until the last minute to go out there and get something really special and unique. They got a lot of things there. I mean, I can't even tell you everything that they have. They've got leather goods, jewelry, other beaded items, ceramics, clay works, paintings, drawings, scarves, homemade cards, you name it, ornaments, you name it, they have it. Anything you can think of, these artists with their creative minds have most certainly thought of it. And it is there just waiting for you. So head on down to the art gallery before tomorrow, guys, because it will be packed up and put away probably until Christmas, and then you'll be last minute shopping again. You don't want to do that. We have the Heritage Garden. Tomorrow is the first of the season produce sale at the Heritage Garden, and it starts at 7 o'clock. So the early bird, like they say, early bird catches the worm. Get out there early. All the best produce will be gone as soon as it comes out. The sales go quickly. Fresh produce is always, snatched up really quick, really fast. Remember when we had the farmers market here a couple years ago on Mesquite Boulevard? Boy, that place got packed. A lot of people came through that farmers market. They love their fresh produce here. They love those healthy, fresh from the garden vegetables. And the closer your vegetables come to you, or the closer they are, the less they have to travel, the more packed with nutrients they are. Fresh out of the garden is always the best. Any distance, nutrients dissipate after time. So any distance traveled is a loss of nutrients. So if you want to go and get those really good, nutritious, organic, fresh tasting, out of the garden vegetables, that is the place to be at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And it only goes from 7 to 9, but it may not go until 9, depending on what they have harvested and depending on how many people they have coming out to shop. The vegetables, once they're gone, there is no more. So the sale is over. If it only lasts until 8 o'clock, it only lasts until 8 o'clock. But they open at 7 and they sell until they're sold out. And that will be an every Saturday morning occurrence throughout the growing season. Believe once it gets too hot, 95, 100 degrees, really fruits and vegetables stop producing really well. What fruit is on the tree needs to ripen up. That won't be ready until midsummer, late summer, or fall. And what isn't harvested is still growing. So keep in mind, if you do want that fresh produce, you got to get out there early to get it. We have the pistol sports today for Mesquite Senior Games. And that is out at the Smoking Gun Range out by the Palms Golf Course. I think where is the 970 Peppermill Palms Boulevard, right over there, just over the hill past Polaris to your right. follow that road around the smoking gun range. They've got a bunch of people out there shooting this morning pistols. So you got some pistol packing grannies out there. And believe me, those ladies are dead shots. They're good. Then tomorrow we have the shotgun sports. And I think that might include skeet shooting or something like that. It's pretty cool that it is something new. So the shotgun sports, if you all are into shooting skeet, shooting targets with shotguns, things like that, that's requires pre-registration, but there may still be time. The website you can go to find out is www.mesquiteseniorgames.org/shotgun sports. But if you just go to the website, mesquiteseniorgames.org, you can look under their list of activities and events, and all of their sporting events are listed there. Just go to Shotgun Sports and it will take you right to the registration and information pages, which you take what you need for that. Overton has their drug take back day tomorrow. So if you have any prescription drugs laying around that you need to get rid of, tomorrow is a perfect day to do it. You may need to drive a little to do that, but better than having them sit around the house and possibly falling into the wrong hands. Or don't throw them down the toilet or anything. That's just really not good. They will take them back at the Overton Police Substation, located at 320 Moapa Valley, from 8 a.m. until noon tomorrow. So that's all prescription drugs, right to the police station, and they will safely dispose of those for you. If you are so inclined to help a young mother out, like Janice Redondo is, she's good about that. She helps all the animals too. Wendy's Ranch and Rescue. She runs that and takes care of lots of little piggies, which happen to be one of my favorites. I have a pet pig myself, but Wendy's has all kinds of animals that in the rescue. But anyway, Janice also runs the Mesquite Welcome Center, and she and the center and the city of Mesquite have bound together, and I have come up with a community baby shower. Since COVID is keeping everybody from having one in person, this is a great event. It is a drive-through event. Grab an item that you wish to donate, and you can drive through and drop it off at the Welcome Center, and that's from 10 a.m. to noon. So they really, really are in a very heavy need for diapers and wipes. I would call the city, Janice specifically, or the Mesquite Welcome Center to find out if formula might be something they need. I really don't know what the regulations are, and maybe some of the dangers of formula. I know there are children allergic. There's shelf life to consider, storage and all that good stuff. So I don't know whether they're accepting formula. Best to call if that is what you would like to donate, because it is quite expensive. But they did mention on their flyer that they really do desperately need diapers and wipes. And we know that is a huge, huge expense for new moms and dads. So if you can help, please do. 10 to 11 or 10 to noon tomorrow. You can drop them off at the Mesquite Welcome Center. We have the kids movie matinee from 1 to 4 p.m. tomorrow at the Mesquite Library. I do not know what movie they're showing. It varies. Different every week or every other week, every time they hold this. One week it's for adults, the next week it's for children, and they alternate. And the movies, Usually for the kids' movies, they do have a tendency to run a lot of Disney movies, things like that. So I'm pretty sure, those ladies are at the library are real in touch with what the youth wants nowadays. So I'm pretty sure that they've got a pretty fantastic movie lined up for you kids tomorrow. It's going to be a windy weekend. You haven't got anything to do outside, might as well go to the library and enjoy yourself there. There's extreme weather warnings for the weekend for winds. 40 miles an hour regularly all over the place, gusting to over 50 miles an hour, they're saying. And they've got it in the moderate to major to extreme categories. So they expect quite a lot of wind, and that's all over the Vegas Valley and on up. Be glad you don't live in Spring Mountains, because they are calling for snow on Monday, which that's a 4-letter word. But they are looking at us for some rain maybe come Monday. But again, Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be windy. So please be careful. And please, if you're new to the desert, on these hot, dry, and very windy days, no burning outside. Be very careful of the fires that you start. Ashes, hot embers, even from a barbecue. The wind picks it up, can carry it, and we have a lot of dry brush. You would not believe how quickly wildfires can get started. And one of my pet peeves, especially if you're a smoker, which I am a smoker, I am very careful about never throwing my cigarettes out a window of my car window. That is the biggest and most dangerous, almost sure way to start a wildfire out here in the desert during the summer. It drives me crazy when I see somebody in front of me toss a lit cigarette out a window. There is all kinds of dry brush on either side of the road. So it doesn't matter whether it's in the median, you're a driver and you toss it that way, or you're a passenger and you toss it out to the right. It's going to catch some dry grasses, and that spreads like gasoline. It's unbelievable. So if you're new to the desert, I know lots of you who have lived here for a long time already know this, but there are a lot of people who've just moved out here this year, and they may not know it. I know I didn't know it and didn't even think about it when I first moved out here, but I really, not through anything that I did with a cigarette, because I don't litter. I don't like that. So I've always just put my cigarettes out and put them in my pocket if I can't dispose of it somewhere else. But I did put one out on my shoe, and a hot ember just caught a little tuft of grass that I went to snuff it out on, and that thing went up, poof, just like that. It was amazing. But so yeah, that opened my eyes really quickly to, wow, what would happen if this got just flicked out the window? It's not a good thing. So I know there's a lot of people out here probably don't smoke anymore either, because it is a bad habit, one that I probably should quit myself, but how that goes. Anyway, what you should do and what you usually do are two totally different things, especially in my cases. Anyhow, I have a couple of announcements that actually I was asked to make. And one of them is pretty exciting. I'm really excited about this one. Karen Fielding, I told you that lady is everywhere, into everything. Last year, our graduates couldn't have a graduation ceremony. And Karen has always been very involved with the schools and anything that is going on with the schools. Of course, she had 3 children in school at the time who have since graduated, and last year was her last year. Her son Tanner graduated and is now a Marine. And thank you, Tanner, for your service, as well as all of our veterans out there. Excuse me. But Karen didn't last year because they weren't going to have a graduation ceremony. She didn't think it was even a little bit acceptable for those kids to go without. So she got together a bunch of moms from the community, and her and those moms organized a really, really wonderful graduation event. And it was more than they probably would have gotten on a normal graduation event. But they did a parade, they did activities afterward, they did fireworks. It was really a wonderful event, and something that those kids could remember for the rest of their lives. How unique. Anyway, this year is going to be a little wonky since the kids basically just went back to school. I mean, they go back to school and 2 months later they're ready to graduate already. So I don't know how much activities have been able to be planned much by the school, and the moms weren't taking any chances this year on finding out or getting caught up with a lack of. So Karen again has gotten these moms together, and Karen's organizing the parade, and the moms are organizing other events and activities outside of the parade. So that is going to take place on May 27th. There's a lot of time. You got about 5 weeks of planning. So last year they had to kind of throw it all together in a very short time. And they did a great job in that short of time. Can you imagine what they're going to be able to do in 5 weeks? Oh, this is going to be incredible. So they're doing the parade, May 27th. If you want to be a part of the parade, they want you to stand out there, honk, beep, wave, clap, cheer for your seniors, support your senior class, all these great graduating kids. Show them that they're loved and the community really stands behind them. Usually we would be getting ready this time of year to do award ceremonies for scholarships and all of that. And the kids get really are getting robbed of all that now. So I know Jody Hughes, her number is on the poster, and the poster is in the thread here on Facebook. Jody Hughes is looking for some businesses, private individuals, any kind of donations you can give to the events to help make the graduation events special for the kids. She's happy to accept donations of any kind if you would be so generous and kind. Karen Fielding's number is also on the poster. I am not sure what Karen wants or needs at this point. She does know, and she'll know better as the 5 weeks progress toward the graduation parade. But if you want to help, get involved, help plan it, whatever you want to find out. If there is anything you can do, please give these ladies a call. They can use all the help they can get, I'm sure. Organizing any kind of event for the community is a challenging undertaking, to say the least, and it requires a lot of hands. So not that Karen isn't a whole lot of hands just by herself, but she could always use the help because she is always a busy lady. But just one more good thing for her. I told you she just never stops. She's everywhere. She's got a little hand into everything. If it can uplift, show support, and be a cheerleader type of event for the city, that's what Karen has always been all about ever since I met her. And gosh, long before I met her, I knew who she was just because of what she did. So we want to help her out with that. Is a very, very, very good thing. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about a tough subject, and then we're going to close the show. It's not going to be an hour today because, we got things to do. It's Friday. The weekend's coming. We're all ready. And any of you who are going out on the Heart Walk, I don't want you to miss that. But with COVID, with the shutdowns, with everything that is going on, people losing their jobs and things like that, the suicide rates have gone sky high. Unbelievably so. Depression, anxiety, things like that. Not necessarily only suicidal thoughts, but deep depressive thoughts as well. Lack of motivation, lack of feeling like you care, apathetic feelings, whatever. That is all coming out of the lockdowns that we have gone through for the whole year. And we have a lady in town. Her name is Dr. Joyce Brown. Dr. Joyce Brown has a website, and she does counseling, grief counseling, counseling for depression, and especially suicide. Her website, and I'm going to put that up right now underneath here. Dr. Joyce's website is thehopedoctor.org. And she is an amazing lady. I'm very excited to actually going into some project work with Dr. Joyce. But she's written a couple of books. This is one of them. The other one I have otherwise. But it is Near Death Survivor. Near Death Survivor, yes. Dr. Joyce, when she was a child, she died. She went to heaven. She has been on the other side. She knows what's there, and she counsels her friends, new friends, soon to be new friends. She counsels people in a very different way. It's spiritual guidance, and kind of talking about what you face on the other side, what the other side is all about. And that's not always the best place to be, especially going out there in a very bad way. So I urge you, if you have any of those thoughts, those feelings, depression, you don't feel that there's anybody you can talk to before you commit to something that you can't take back, check out hopedoctor.org and give Dr. Joyce a try. Even her books are available on Amazon. Dr. Joyce has conquered Lou Gehrig's disease, which most of you know is an extremely rare disease. It is fatal and incurable. There are about 50 people in the world who have conquered this disease, and Dr. Joyce is one of them. And Sunday, her and I are going down to Vegas, and I'm going to meet a whole lot of other people who have conquered this disease and listen to some of them speak about it. So I'm really excited about that. But one thing, Dr. Joyce if there's hope, there is always hope. There's hope for your problems, and there is always a purpose for your life. So it is a hard subject to broach. It is a hard subject to listen to or talk about. But please, if you have any of those feelings, you know anybody who has any of those feelings, please reach out to somebody, because that suicide is a permanent and forever thing, and you can't take it back. And there have been stories of people who have been to the other side by taking their own life, and it's not a pleasant experience, I hear. So when you think it might be better on the other side, Dr. Joyce is there to tell you that that's not what it's all about. So um, she has a very unique perspective and has saved literally thousands of people from suicide. And she's right here in Mesquite. Very, very busy lady. Do you know how long it took me to actually meet her in person? Um, Close to 3 years, I want to say. I've talked to her numerous times over the telephone, but we usually end up getting interrupted because she's got to take a call on her hotline. But we've had numerous conversations, and it has taken it really this long, 3 years, to actually sync up and be able to meet her in person. And boy, it was worth the wait. It really was. It was well worth the wait. She is a fascinating woman. And we are lucky here in Mesquite to have such a lady, let me tell you. So I just wanted to touch on that subject a little bit because it's a prominent issue in today's society, unfortunately. And whatever we can do to spread the word and get people help and recognize that, you're not alone. You're never alone. There's always hope. Even when it seems there is none and all you keep doing are taking steps backward, there are absolutely positive things that you can do to turn your life around and make things better. So give Dr. Joyce her website a try. They have numbers, resources, hotline numbers available there. Any kind of information you're seeking, you can find on that website. So that's a good one. And so that's really all we have for the weekend, guys. Monday, we're going to have Dr. Vern on again. I cannot wait. I love Dr. Vern. He had started talking, we did some videos, he's talking about senior health, brain-gut axis, how everything in your mental health and your gut, your health, your immune system, everything that you have to be healthy, every tool in your body, everything that makes us what we are as healthy, immune, strong individuals starts in our gut. And Dr. Vern will talk a little bit more about that, calcium absorption, and specific ways that calcium's not absorbed in our body. And a lot of calcium we take is wasted because we don't take it the correct way, and they don't really tell you all of the do's and don'ts of calcium supplements. So Dr. Vern will reflect a little bit on that and review that a little bit, and then he'll go a little bit more into how the brain and gut work together to keep us all healthy. He's a fascinating doctor. He is a retired chiropractor. He's into holistic medicine, natural health, and was at one point in his life a quadriplegic who was told he'd never walk again, but he does. He walks today through determination, strength, and what he knew to do, and prayers, faith. He's not going to tell you God didn't have an awful lot to do with it. So Dr. Vern will be on here Monday. We'll be talking some more. He's a funny guy, great sense of humor. You'll love him. You should tune in on Monday. And until then, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Let it be filled with peace, love, laughter, and sunshine. Hope it's not too windy for you. Buckle things down so they don't blow away. And we'll see you on Monday. Bye.